Hey guys, it's Socks and welcome back to my channel today. We are doing another speed build. I want to apologize in my in advance if my voice sounds a little kind of I don't know, off-putting, I guess you could say. That's how I find it anyways. Yeah, that's it. No, I'm kidding. No. I feel a little sick. I don't know, there's something been going around my household, so my voice sounds just a little scratchy. I'm also a chain smoker. No, I'm kidding. I mean, I am not okay. I'm going to move on. Anyways, yeah, welcome to a speed build. If this is your first ever video of mine, I'm so sorry. And also today, so this video has been a long time coming. If you saw my current household, I believe a couple weeks ago now, I had a family and they were living in this house, and the version of the house that they live in is a little different than this. However, this is the same house, basically. Basically, I built the frame of the house, moved them in, and decorated it with CC. This is the, we'll say, non-CC version of that house. But yeah, it's a biggie, that's for sure. It's a project. It was a process to furnish, as you can tell by the length of this video. Which, by the way, yeah, I'm sorry. I got it down to the shortest amount it could be. You're just gonna have to deal with it and stick around and watch more of my content. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But yeah, vibes I wanted for this house, I don't know, I wanted like a mix of like cottagecore, but like Victorian. Basically, I wanted to make a Victorian like farmhouse, kind of, but like with the skin of a cottagecore house, you know? Like, it's in Henford-on-Bagley. It's definitely meant to be more of like a homesteading house. Like, the person who lives here, like, there's a big kind of farming area in the back with some area for crops. There's the greenhouse, of course. I got a chicken coop as well as an animal shed. This place has the whole shebang, and I'm quite proud of the backyard too. I like think that that's one of my weak points when it comes to building, especially bigger houses like this, is doing the backyard. But I'm honestly really happy with how it turned out and how it looks and how it flows. I guess I kind of had like a little bit of, I don't know, like experience with more farm layouts. It's kind of like a mini farm. Because, you know, like, my family kind of lives on a farm, so it was kind of easier to base a little more on that. So I think that the foot traffic in the backyard is healthy. That's, like, nobody cares about, nobody cares about I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, so yeah, we fiddle around with these windows for a long time before we figure out what's right. I don't know what the hell I was doing. I was trying anything I could. I had these like mixed windows going on for a while. Don't know why I kept trying it. I really wanted to add those ones in, the circular windows, but I just thought, nah, I'm just gonna do these ones. Just, I don't know. I liked what I ended up with, basically. So yeah, this is a big house. It's 4 bedrooms. 1, 2, 3. Wait, no, it's 3 bedrooms. However, you can easily turn a room upstairs into a bedroom. You could probably fit another one on the main floor too. Let's be real. The main floor. Listen, this house is really dramatic. Basically, like, it's very much like, I don't know. There's rooms in the house that the Sims don't really have any use doing, because it's like, I don't know, it's like a storage room filled with like closets, stuff like the Sims never really, I don't know, gonna go in there. Like, I have an attic area that's just literally filled with boxes and miscellaneous stuff. Like, I don't know, it's just very, I don't know, I feel like it's almost like a story being told with this house, if I can get a little pretentious, you know, of like the family who lives here, you know. Well, I mean, there is quite literally the story of the family who lives here on my channel, but I mean, like, I don't know, the other family, the one I didn't create to live here, the one that the house inadvertently created when I created it. I don't know. I'll be honest, I'm kind of a little, I've had some edibles today, I'll be honest. It hasn't been the best day. I've had a lot of issues with recording some other content. I was going to talk about this in this video anyways, so great segue, am I right? Yeah, I don't know, with my Let's Plays recently, so I stopped my Not So Berry for a while just to kind of take a break. I've kind of been putting off restarting my mods folder for The Sims 3 because I know I should do it. Like, I have so much broken content and glitched CC, and like the babies, all of the babies are glitched default. It's just like, I've been putting it off, and like my life's been just a little tiny bit busier recently, and I don't know, I've just been feeling a little bit under the weather, especially with seasonal depression more than anything, but like I'm kind of coming out of that. Now it's physical, like I'm tired all the time right now. Like I'm sleeping like 12 hours a day to like get my full rejuvenation. Even at that, I'm not like fully rested, but that's just the joys of chronic illness. Speaking of chronic illness, I finally have an appointment for an MRI that I asked for in September of 2022. I don't think I told anyone hear about it. I just wanted to say that because yeah, my MRI is scheduled for September of 2024. Yeah, so next September. Yay, can't wait. I'm kidding. I hope I can get an MRI before then. The person who scheduled it for me is gonna like try to push up the date a little bit, because that's just like hello 2 years for an MRI, basically, since I asked for it in September. Like, that's... I don't know. Canadian healthcare, listen, I have my gripes with it. However, it's also probably saved my life countless times, and I am grateful for all of our essential healthcare workers. But sometimes, man, there's something going on in it. There's something going on, and it's driving me insane. It's just like, I mean, I can kind of put my finger on it. It's like administration and whatever, right? And like I'll be honest, some of the technology, especially where we live in terms of like our hospitals and stuff, it's very, very outdated. And we don't even live in that rural of a place. Like I joke like buttfuck middle of nowhere all the time is where I live. And while that's true for the like county I live in, we're not that rural, considering how big our province is and how much just land mass there is. We're not that rural, considering like we don't live up north or anything where like towns are like hundreds of kilometers apart. We live like fairly close within everything. We live under that line in Canada where kind of everyone lives. But yeah, it's just weird. Our technology is a little outdated, a little upset with that. Yeah, sorry if you didn't want to hear any medical rants today, but you know, I gotta get those out every once in a while. I'm still gonna make that video talking about like the whole cancer misdiagnosis I went through. People who haven't been here for a while are probably like, excuse me, the what? Yeah, don't worry about it. It's okay. We're good. We're chilling. Okay, so let's talk about the house a little bit. So, I'm going to admit something in my houses recently. I have been sacrificing, aesthetics over functionality. And I know I went on a big rant earlier about me doing that, but I'm gonna do it again. This time for decoration, because, like, I have just been making so many rooms and whatever that are, like, would be impossible for Sims to navigate around. And these stairs, don't worry, they just get placed like right there. Yeah, I like fiddled with them for way too long. But listen, like there's so many places in this house that are probably inaccessible. I did not play test my house. What did I say? Like, I did not play test my build. My house. I don't know why I started like, I don't know, like a little house cup. My house is. Okay, I'm gonna move on. Because yeah, I don't know. I've been kind of just letting the functionality go to the wayside. And I'm really sorry, because I know a lot of people like care about functionality, especially when downloading off the gallery. When they download my builds, and they're just cluttered with no regards for how the sim can get around. Purely, I do it for aesthetic purposes. Listen, I'm sorry, guys. That's just how. That's just, I don't know. Listen, the routing isn't that bad in The Sims 4. I'm gonna take that back. The ability to get to objects in, like, difficult corners is a little better in The Sims 4 than in previous installments of the franchise. But, still, like, it's not perfect, so it's not that bad. I'm sure there's, like, many places that look a little, I don't know, like, for example, we'll get to it relatively soon, but the dining room especially is going to be very, like, aesthetic over functionality, because the table's kind of, like, tucked into a corner. Listen, I literally based it off of my, like, own grandparents' farmhouse, like, the table kind of being tucked to the side. Like, it's a realistic thing in everyday life where you have, like, this table tucked away kind of in the corner of the dining room, because your dining room's only so big, right? In the regular house, you gotta kind of make room, kind of gotta squeeze around the chairs behind people to get through. I don't know, I just thought adding that touch of realism, I like it, okay? It brings me comfort. Shut up, it's my channel, they're my builds, I can do what I want. But yeah, I really hope you like that. I don't know. It's just really a tough one to sort. Like, I want people to like my build, but it's also like, I do not take the player into consideration that much. And yeah, I'm sorry, but I mean, most of it's probably pretty functional, and you could probably move a couple things around quite easily, or even just decorate it yourself, place it down with no furnishings. I know that I have been enjoying furnishing a little more recently. Maybe that's because I've been being forced to do it so much with all my build projects. They're all really furnishing heavy. Don't worry, guys, I'm still working on that town block. Don't worry, it's not being left by the wayside. It might take me a little while to kind of, like, get through it. I'm working on it slowly by surely. I'm doing it, like, unit by unit, so give me a little bit. I'm also building other stuff in the meantime, too. And then I also make Let's Play content. Okay, so, did I talk about my Let's Play content yet? Okay. So, first off, Minecraft long play. Don't worry, it's here to stay. I just have not been playing Minecraft mostly because, like, I was waiting for my boyfriend Matt on the server because we play together. There's a couple other people who hop in and off of the server, but I was waiting for him to build a better iron farm, and just all of the stuff we were kind of doing. It was very grindy, and I wouldn't think it would make for good long play content, because when I did long play, I knew there was going to be a couple parts that were just me kind of, like, starting the world, doing some very basic things, like starting some agricultural farms and stuff. Just some basic early monotonous stuff, but not too monotonous. Like, it has, like, a cohesive theme. However, we've just been grinding, like, stuff like XP, like, getting full diamond armor, setting up villager trading stuff. And, like, I have done some long play stuff pertaining to the villagers, but some of it is just, like, so grindy and probably not the most fun to watch, or it's definitely not, I don't know, at least I don't think it is. And, like, listen, it's Minecraft long play content. Like, it's an hour of just someone, or a couple hours of someone just playing content, or playing Minecraft. It doesn't have to be, like, perfect content. However, I still feel like, I don't know, it's not the best, and I can do better, and I just didn't want to do it for the sake of, I know I can do, like, more cohesive types of long play videos, because I kind of want to, like, make little, like, mini series with, like, projects I do, because when my boyfriend and I, like, really play Minecraft, we, like, just make the most extreme shit ever. Like, we'll spend hundreds of hours just, like, doing some, like, mega builds and stuff, and, like, transforming biomes into a goddamn mini country. Like, I don't know, we do stuff like that, so I see some cool projects coming in the future in terms of that. Yeah, there's been a lot of building in my life recently, so glad I enjoy it so much. Glad I'm in a very buildy mood right now, because there's a lot of that happening, in terms of The Sims and things like Minecraft. Okay, so yeah, that was what I wanted to talk about in terms of my long play series. So don't worry, it's coming back. it finally got past all the grindy bits, and I'm finally like, I don't know, I'll definitely be honest, I've lost a little bit of interest in Minecraft for a bit, only because I was playing the grindy stuff and I didn't like it. I wanted to get to stuff like building and whatever, but you do have to grind to get to where you need to be, right? But yeah, I'm past that, so I'm gonna start like doing things like building and whatever in the series. I have one that I'm working on right now. It's just kind of like a house because I need like some storage. Like, it's not too fancy. I just wanted to build a house because I made this house a long time ago and I wanted to recreate it again. It's a cute house. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyways, that's what I wanted to say on my long play series. Now, let's talk about my other Let's Plays. I already talked about Sinistery 1, so I did talk about Let's Plays. So let's talk about the other Let's Play, my Star Sign Let's Play. I have been trying to record part 4. I swear to God, it's cursed. Part 4 of the Star Sign Let's Play is cursed. I've tried to record it so many different times now, and it just has not been working out for me. Either I get stuck on a perpetual loading screen, my game crashes, I get an exception error. Dude, I don't know what. There's something with the save file. I might have to look at that. Honestly, it's just been really frustrating because, like, I feel like the stuff I have been recording, the times I've tried to record it, like, I've only been getting better as I keep losing the footage and having to re-record the part. Like, I keep trying to, like, gently usher along the same story beats, right? Because that's kind of how it works for Let's Plays. Or at least that's how I do it. Like, I kind of try to usher along that story beat in a natural, cohesive way, and I feel like the more times my footage got bonked or my game crashed, the better I could do it, and I was so proud of it. Like, it literally just came wait no, I literally just came from filming, and I lost it again, and I was so proud of myself because, like, I thought it was perfect. I thought my delivery was great. I thought the cohesion was great. I thought the progression was awesome. I thought it was realistic. I thought it flowed wonderfully. I was so excited. And then I got a perma-loading screen because there was an exception. And I think I know what it was. Honestly, I do think I know what that certain exception was, because I had to mess around with adding people in and out of my family to take pictures because, like, I want to take group photos, man, okay? Shut up, I like my corny stuff. So I think that's my problem. So I'm gonna either have to go without, which is, like, really hard. I'm sorry if you guys hear any wheezing in the background. I'm really trying to not. But, like, I'm also trying to do this kind of not within the same breath. I definitely want to take my time. But I want to kind of do this, like, I don't know, I feel like if I hit record, or if, oh my god, listen, I'm just gonna go on and say, like, oh, I'm more cohesive when I just have one recording for a voiceover, and then I just absolutely vomit over my words. I was going to say, I like filming my voiceovers in one go, because I feel like the end result is usually better for the speed build and the vibe and the kind of narrative. It doesn't really have a narrative. You know what I mean, though, right? Funny how I said that, because I literally just had to hit pause for a coughing fit. My god, I don't like that I'm getting sick. My mom has been sick, and she got it from some other, like, side of the family, and now I've got it, yay! It's kind of inevitable when we, like, share joints. Oh my god, that's so weird to, like, say that I share joints with my mom. Listen, we got an open friendship, man. We're close. Oh my god, this kitchen. This is one of my favorite kitchens I have built in a long time. I don't know, there's something so charming about it. Like, I didn't even, like, there's nothing even that, like, stand out about it. It's just so cute. And it's so cohesive and I think realistic. Like, again, I took a lot of inspiration from, it's funny, both I say sets of my grandparents. I have one set of grandparents and my grandma. But yeah, both, like, grandparents, they both live in farmhouses, right? So, like, I take inspiration from both of those houses. God, I just realized this house is basically, like, a mashup of those two houses. That's kind of great. At least, like, interior-wise and, like, flow-wise. They're definitely similar in that. Ooh, moving on to the upstairs. I think I'm gonna do chapters on this video, so you'll probably be able to follow along a little easier with the furnishing. Because yeah, I don't know. I like chapters. It makes my little ADHD brain go beep 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 beep. Is that a good noise? I don't know. Okay, so I was talking earlier about how one room upstairs you could easily turn into a new bedroom, and I'm talking about this one, because I feel like both of my parents' houses, they have 2 living rooms. I don't know, some old farmhouses, they love their living rooms, man. There's 2 big ass living rooms, one upstairs, one downstairs, and both, by the way. So that's why I did that. And I don't know, I like this cozy. I like this one. I like the one upstairs. There's no TV in the one upstairs. Again, took inspiration from real life, because with both of the living rooms, one has a TV and one doesn't. It's just for like seating. It's for communal stuff. It can be for reading, it can be for just talking with family. I think that's really great. Is that boomer of me to say, like, just, oh, it's like a nice room to reflect and really actually interact with your family? I don't know, I just like it. I like fireplaces too. I'm a sucker for fireplaces. I don't think I've ever actually lived in a house with a functioning fireplace. Like, my house has a fireplace, it doesn't function. I don't know, I feel like they're underrated. Fireplaces are underrated. Maybe I'm just saying because the power goes out so much in winter. Oh my god, yeah, no wonder I'm saying that. Freaking, there's so many freezing nights. The power going out. That's been a big thing this year. Like, has the infrastructure always been this bad? Or have we just grown up and we notice it a little more now? Like, how bad it just is? Or has it gotten worse? Like, I don't know. I can't tell, because, like, obviously you don't pay too much attention to it as a kid, but it's also like, I don't remember my power going out this much. Certainly don't remember all the transformer boxes, like, blowing outside of my house every night, every time it rains. That's crazy. It scares me sometimes, and it's funny, it shouldn't scare me because I get a lot of fireworks outside my window. I don't know, there's like a neighbor like kind of right down the street who like sets off a bunch of fireworks, and I can see him from my window, and it's cool. I don't mind it, whatever. Yeah, when last was that, like, who the hell is having fireworks in February? So for the bedrooms in this house, I have 3. One's kind of, I don't know, I guess it could be like a teenager's bedroom. It's this one. I just did a toddler room, and this one can either be like a teen or even a kid's room or even just a guest room, whatever you want it to be. But there's going to be, did I already do the master bedroom? It's bad I can't remember. No, I don't think I did. No, that was the last bedroom I did. But yeah, the master is very reminiscent of the one in the current household video, the one I did with Abira and Ambrose. I might do an update on them soon. I played with them quite a little bit since that current household vid. I haven't played with them in a couple days, mostly because I've just been busy or building, or I'm literally just building. Like, most of the time I've opened my game this week, it's just build. And it's not like out of like necessity, it's just honestly I wanted to. And I think that's the best, is when you want to build. I unlocked the community tab. That's exciting news. I don't know why, like, I saw last year, there were like a bunch of channels who like had access to it suddenly, because it used to be you needed 500 subscribers, I believe. But then all of a sudden, kind of like everyone got it except for me, and I felt so left out, man. I felt excluded. I feel like because I'm in Canada, but I finally unlocked it. I don't know why I was so excited to unlock it, man. Like, I'd just been wanting to use it just to spew my random little tangents and thoughts sometimes. So you're gonna get sick of me. No, I'm gonna try not to overdo them. Once every couple days is perfectly fine. I try to clutter up everything like a decent bit to make it kind of lived in, but it's not like too bad, I guess. Like, there's definitely some I don't know, there's definitely like little things kind of scattered like on the floor. TBH. Oh my god, that noise is disgusting. It might not have picked up in my mic. It might have peaked up. I don't know. I love the bathrooms in this house. They're both the same size. Or, well, the two on the second floor, because it's a 3-bath house. Did I make the first one a full? No, I think I did. Yeah, because it has a tub in it. Yeah, this house is weird. I usually don't like my Sims to use tubs, because it just takes them longer, right? Like, I don't know, in farmhouses, you definitely find more tubs than showers. Yeah, no, they're both, very, very different. 2 bathrooms on this floor. They're the same size, they're these 3x3 rooms, so I kind of like the contrast of like what I did with one, what I did with the other. And listen, ever since I got those like little clutter kits, man, I have been using them in like all of my builds. When I build, I used to like try to make them pretty accessible, and I still definitely do those builds, and I definitely do want to do more, but it's when I don't make it accessible. Like, nah, man, I'm detailing this. Light switches in every single room. I'll make sure of it. Actually, I think I did forget one in one room, but I did try to place the new light switches in every room. Just, I don't know. I like them. I'm a dork for little things like that. So yeah, all the bathrooms, they got their clutter. Are there other clutter kits too? Well, I have the everyday clutter, but I know there's like decor to the max. Like, honestly, I'm kind of warming up to kits a little bit. And I used to be the biggest kit hater. I was #1 kit hater. Refused to ever buy them. Then the everyday clutter came out, and I'm like, okay, well, I have to buy this. And then when the Sims Myth and bathroom clutter ones came out, my boyfriend was here, and like we were joking. It's like, yo, let's do reviews of them, because we had already done a speed build on my channel. If you guys haven't watched those videos and you're like somewhat new here, because I know I've gotten like over 100 new subscribers since that video, hey Puck, seriously go watch. It's like recommended required viewing for this channel. Like all the lore you'll find is in that video. I'm kidding, but yeah, no, we reviewed the kits together, so I kind of bought them for the purpose of reviewing them. So now I just have them, I guess. It's like cool, because I've been enjoying using them. It's kind of warming me up to the idea of them. Do I still think they're cash grabs? Yes, 100%. However, there is no ethical consumption to capitalism. I'm kidding. Oh my god, this art corner. Why did I completely forget about this? This is the best part of the build. Dude, I'm like, I love watching these people together. There's so much stuff I forget. Yeah, there's less than a minute left, so I should probably start wrapping it up. But yeah, this little thing is my favorite part of the build. I don't know why. Just such a cute little area, and I got to use those canvases. I love those as an object, those painted canvases. Gonna have to use them in more builds. I could make a build centered around those canvases. Anyways, I'm going to end this here. I hope you all enjoyed this speed build. Sorry it's been a little bit of a longer one. Hope you enjoyed listening to my kind of stoned rambles for the past half hour, basically. Anyways, thank you all for watching this video. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next video of whatever I make. Bye. Shout out to my patrons, Jacqueline Dream and Honawo. If you'd like to support me and my channel, you too can subscribe to my Patreon down below. You also get your name shouted out at the end of my videos. Of course, that's never a necessity. However, it's only $1 a month, and it does help support me and the channel.